And we are live with pre-show memes. Hello, hello, gamers.
Hello.
And now I get to send out the pings. Here's a ping. Boom. Pinged. Boom. Oh, I didn't need to attach the image because it's a YouTube thumbnail. Okay, there you go. Boom. 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 Pings everywhere. Boom. Wow.
Christmas, just a week away.
Basically, we're back from our week off book club. Some of us went to Offkai Expo 2026.
And some of us definitely didn't forget.
It's fine.
Imagine going to California.
True. Imagine doing it. Imagine doing it again in April. What the fuck?
Oh gosh, I need to look up flights. Alright, let's look up flights.
Well, all I know is, when I schedule my flights next time, I'm not doing the fucking 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. flight bullshit again. That is not happening. That was terrible.
Now you see why I will pay that extra 400 whatever for another night there. Because I can't do that. I can barely do regular flights. Like...
Welcome, welcome.
Hello.
We're talking about flight bullshit.
I'm sorry, why is the flight 12 hours?
Because we're going from fucking East Coast to West Coast.
Yeah, so you have to add in 3 hours of fake time. The time zone changes.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, like it literally just fake time. Oh, okay, cool. I can't even I can't even schedule a flight in April yet.
Fun.
We are currently accepting air reservations through April 5th.
Oh
cool.
boy.
Where are you trying to go this time?
We're
Back
the
to
next
San
Offkai.
Jose.
Yeah, they announced after Offkai that the next Offkai is going to be in April next year, which makes it pretty much the next con I'm going to, unless Anki still happens.
Yeah, that was a problem we were trying to figure out because it's like, okay, well, because I could take some of the merch home, but literally the next convention will pretty much be Offkai.
It's like a little close for the first year, but I think in the long term it's going to be better if it like stays at April or like springtime permanently. That's going to be way better, I think, for it. That was like a big bulk of reason a bunch of people I know weren't able to go is because of the timing.
Yeah.
Also, welcome, Violet.
Hey, when we watch the anime for this, can we do the fan subs?
The fan subs?
I just want to say Kaku means plan.
Oh, of course, of course. Keikaku does mean plain. We haven't even gotten to that meme yet in the manga.
We have gotten to a pretty good meme, though.
Okay, so just making sure I read this right. We're just supposed to end where, like, Light's like, oh yeah, maybe I am Kira.
Yes.
Maybe I did it all subconsciously. And then it just kind of stops.
Yeah. It's supposed to be the cliffhanger for the
Okay.
next volume, yep.
It wasn't really a cliffhanger, though. It just kind of stopped.
Well, that's a cliffhanger is when something stops.
Yeah, it's just
I
called
mean,
cliffhanger.
sure. But this one's not bad.
They're setting him up to you're gonna be like, how's he gonna get out of this situation? What's he gonna do now?
Oh no, Light's in another situation. How is he gonna get out of this
Light's
one?
another wacky situation.
They lock him up. They lock him up in the cell with like headphones on and blindfold. I think they blindfold, or maybe his eyes were just covered in shadow or whatever. But
I
do question what the point of that whole setup is.
Well, we'll discuss it. Don't you worry.
We'll get there.
We'll discuss it. We're Violet. I don't know how much of our streams you've watched in the past or listened to in the past, but we're currently in what is known as the pre-show time, where we just kind of yap before we officially start. Anything that's here is going to get cut out of the Spotify upload eventually, but everything is still going to be there in the YouTube upload. So
I've tuned into like a little bit. I listened to Nyan, Nyan invited me. So I've listened to a little bit, but not much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so typically, just to give you a little warning ahead of time, when we do start officially, I do a little intro thing, and then I have us go through each of our people that we have here. They can introduce themselves as much or as little as they want, and then if people feel like it, they can give recommendations for any other thing of media, like a manga or movie or whatever. It's just the thing that we've ended up doing. So, if you think of anything, feel free to do so. Otherwise, you just, say as much or as little as you want about yourself when it gets to you. No worries at all. You'll see many other people do it before it gets to you anyway, so.
Will do. Yeah. All good.
Well, it's good to have you here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hell yeah.
Nyan said he would be a little late, so I don't know when that's going to be.
Currently in traffic. They said, I'll be there tonight, but traffic is real bad. Well, we'll see.
So probably after we do introductions, like a little after.
Could be possible. I'm just trying to see if we're waiting on anybody else. I know Lady Galaxy won't be able to make it this week. Did we ping Coda? Is Coda gonna be here?
Coda's drawing right now.
Coda should be drawing fucking
Death Note
Light Yagami and Ryuzaki, okay? That's what... Coda... No, actually, Coda should be drawing Ryuk. I think Coda would fuck with drawing Ryuk.
Yes, Ryuk and Rem.
Yes.
There's Shinigami, huh?
Yeah, Shinigami. Columbo was Kira all along.
What?
Always known. I've always known. Just one more
Just
thing.
Columbo shrugging like that.
I was thinking again about, we haven't posted this yet in our yaps about Death Note because we've only had 1 week of the Death Note yaps on stream. I was thinking again earlier today about the Death Note chart, the detectives chart.
Oh yes, who could solve the Death Note case?
Yeah, there was two sides of it. Who could intuit the mechanics of the Death Note, and who could solve the Kira case? So, let me see if I can find. I don't know if this was the final version of it, but this is a version of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of versions of it.
I'll show this on stream too, for the pre-stream yaps.
Reposting things for this? Is it in Spoiler Zone or the chat?
You can pretty much put them in either chat. I think most people just put them in the book club chat because most of the things we're talking about are relevant to the discussions this week. If for whatever reason you're referencing something that is a spoiler for the future, I guess you would put it in spoilers and mark it as such, maybe. But for the actual live book club yaps, it doesn't really matter which channel you put it in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people end up just putting it in the general book club main chat. But okay, so what do we have here for the chart?
I kind of disagree with some of these.
Let's see. I think I do know a lot of these people. Maybe never mind. Maybe I don't know a lot of these people. I definitely see Columbo. I see Columbo.
Yep.
I see a bunch of Danganronpas.
Yep.
Several attorneys.
Could not intuit it. They would solve it by accident while doing something else.
I see Battler. Battler can intuit the mechanics of the Death Note, but could not solve the Kira case.
Light Yagami can also do that. Apparently, they can't solve it. They can't solve his own case.
There's also L, the live action L, is in this chart. You got Monk.
Fletcher.
You got Monk. You got fuck. What's the
Hank from Breaking Bad?
Detective Pikachu Hank from Breaking Bad?
They got Extraordinary Attorney Wu in here?
Yeah, that's what her name was. I was trying to remember. I saw that show and I couldn't remember her name. You got the dudes from Detroit Become Human.
The JoJo character solving it's really funny because the Death Note is basically a stan.
It's basically a JoJo stan.
You got Francis York Morgan.
Is that Maxim?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Batman's on here. All right.
No, Scooby Gang.
The guy not
They're
being
here
able to
too.
solve it.
You got Steve from Blue's Clues.
No Sean Spencer on this one though.
I know. Where's my boy? Where's he at? What the fuck? All right. I think we're ready to go. Okay.
Are we? Can you wait 30 seconds
For
while
what do
I
I-
submit my next flight for Offguy?
Oh my god, are you like speed running it mid pre-show, and then you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I should have done that like that."
Okay.
Okay, you get your 30-second flight lock-in time.
Let's see. Yeah, I will need bags.
Hold on, I need to kill a cicada real quick.
Okay, do that.
What?
I think they're crying. The Higurashi. This is where we find out the Shadow is just in I don't remember the name of the town now. I'm a fake fan. I almost said Rokenjima, but that's not the town that's in Higurashi.
Is it Hinamizawa?
Yeah, Hinamizawa, that's what it was.
Oh damn it! I don't have my card on me. Okay, I'll do it later.
Wow, good stall. All right, Shadow, are you done killing bugs yet? I'm gonna assume he's busy killing bugs still.
That sounds like a no.
If
It's
we
a
heard
full-time job.
if we heard the cicada instead, we know it would have won.
Fuck. Sounds like you didn't win.
Alright, got it.
Got it. Done. Problem solved.
First try.
First try, he says.
It was.
That's what I would say too. Don't you worry.
Fuck you.
Okay, let me do this. All right, are we ready to go? That's too bad. We're going. Okay. Where's my pre-show button? Here we go. Welcome, everybody, to another exciting week at the Anime Book Club here on YouTube, Twitch, and eventually Spotify. We're here to continue our yaps about Death Note, the manga. This time, volumes 3 and 4. But before we get into that, let's introduce our guests that we have here this week. Starting in alphabetical order that I see on Discord, we have Apple Tech. Introduce yourself.
I'm Aztec, and I like bad media. I think I recommended this when it launched like a year or two ago, but Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon is a good game. It's like eldritch horror Arthurian legend,
Oh.
and it's like a smaller scale Skyrim for gameplay.
Oh. Well, all right. We'll go check that out if you are interested in that. Thank you so much for that, Aztec. Next up, Arimia How Heart. Introduce yourself.
Hello. I'm Arimia. I like shonen shit. So, this week, well, yesterday, I was like, I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna read, because we bought a lot of books in San Jose at Offkai. Well, not at Offkai, but you know, when we were there for Offkai. And one of these series I got while there is a small 4-volume series called Can't Stop Cursing You, which is Death Note but more supernatural.
Ari's currently being microwaved.
Jesse, we have to cook.
One moment. Yeah, we were at Offkai, and Ari took us to a
No,
used
don't
bookstore at
microwave
some
me!
point. And I got a couple. I bought, what was the book that you recommended? Strange Houses? I got that one too.
Yes, I actually started reading that right before book club.
I'm like halfway through it now.
Yeah, it's really easy to read, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like the so the one he's talking about, Strange Houses, it's a It's a novel by Uketsu, who is a YouTube horror sensation, is what they describe them as. Have you seen the photo of Uketsu?
No.
Chat?
No.
I want you to. Do you have your copy with
I can
you?
imagine he looks a little horrifying based on the image that I was seeing
Grab the
on
copy,
the cover.
and I want you to just open up where the back flap is.
I see the terrifying little mask on the front cover. Okay, yeah, I see the full thing. Okay, listen.
Yeah.
Well, listen.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, was he involved in the strange houses? Maybe.
I'll post it. Don't worry.
He was probably involved in the strange houses.
I think he invented the strange houses.
He probably wrote about his killings. It's fine.
Yeah, so the one he's reading, that I'm also reading right now, basically they're these short Japanese horror stories revolving around pictures. So the first book is called Strange Houses, and it's about a strange house layout, so the floor plan of it. The second book that I read is Strange Pictures, which is about these strange drawings. And the third one is Strange Buildings, which I'm guessing is pretty similar to Strange Houses. Pretty good. Very pretty good. They like just hit the ground running immediately, and I love that. But the series that I did, the manga series that I started reading, Can't Stop Cursing You. I will talk more about this just a bit more, because it is literally just Death Notes, but more supernatural. So basically, we start off with the Kira, who is this high schooler who makes a contract with a curse-killing god, probably literally a Shinigami, but they call it a curse-killing god, or a cursing god. I've already forgotten. Anyway, a god of curses. And it's literally just known in this world that you can do that. Like, people don't exactly know how to go about it, but it's just a known fact. Like, oh yeah, these cursing gods, they exist. People can do that. Yeah.
Happens.
And our L is Seiyama, who is a professor at the high school that this Kira is at. And he is a curse detective / curse breaker. So he is like one of the elite detectives of the world who goes around breaking these curses. And it's an episodic series, so each volume revolves around basically a different Kira. So it's I like it. I like it so far. I've read half of it, which is only 2 volumes. I've only read 2 volumes, but there's only 4 volumes in total. But I like it so far. Pretty good.
How do they treat women
literally
in that
just
series?
Death Note. How do they treat what?
How do they treat women in that series?
Better. But
Okay.
I mean the bar's on the floor. So.
Oh, okay, all right.
So not much better, but better.
Yeah, they're fine here, but really, like, none of the main characters are women. There's a main character who is a woman in the second volume, but I'm not sure if she'll stick around. Yeah. I like this
Sorry,
one.
I interpreted that a bit weirdly at first as like they became a woman in the second volume and might not be later. Or...
Hey, this is much more progressive than Death Note.
All right, well, go check out Can't Stop Cursing You if you're interested in that. Thank you so much for
literally
that,
just
Ari.
shorter, more supernatural Death Note.
Yeah, so there you go. Next up, Lan Yagami. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Shadow. The thing I recommend for this week is Persona 3. I just finished it today. Did the game need to be as long as it was? Maybe not. I need to mention this. I didn't play Reload. I didn't play Portable. I didn't play Fast. I played the original PS2 version. And
I was gonna say it's important which version you played, apparently. So.
And it's a little bit jank, I will admit, but
okay.
I'm not sure it's just my taste being terrible nowadays. But I kind of enjoyed the jank.
Okay.
And maybe the game was long because I was dicking around too much. Maybe 158 hours.
That's
is
nothing.
pushing it a little.
No, that's nothing. Yeah.
Can we get the hours on Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Spirit Caller in here?
Fucking me.
I don't know if we want that. I don't know.
Well, someone wants it, so you know I must.
All right. Well, you do that math on that. Anything else, Shadow?
So Chap, you should stream it sometime, okay? You coward, you never finished it.
Bro, okay, first of all, we're playing Persona 3 Reload when I get back to it, okay? You're talking about the original version, okay? And second, don't worry, I'll get back to it eventually, don't worry. I'll get to it, don't worry. After I finish playing every single SNES game in the world.
And also Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation. And of the Devil, okay, listen.
The Clock Tower.
And every side. Alright, that's all. Thank you so much, Shadow. Next up, Nyagami Bacon, who's made it in time. What do you got for us?
Hello, I'm Nyan Bacon. You may also hear me referred to as Andy. I use he, they pronouns. No, she, her. I do not like it. And this is going to sound so dumb, but my recommendation this week is that the Try Guys channel has a series called Without a Recipe, where they take 4 of the Try Guys and have them try to make a dish without knowing what the recipe is. And I like that series in particular because inserted in, they have like a professional showing you how to make the recipe. So while you're watching the professional diss on these guys for fucking up recipes, you also get to learn about how to make the recipe yourself. And I think it's really fun. And everybody there is really stupid.
But Andy, why do they call it Try Guys if there's 4 of them?
Not only that, there's women too. Women can be guys now. Now that Ned Fulger's gone. Anyway, that's my recommendation. It's a good show. I really enjoyed like learning how to make all of the different. I mean, obviously I haven't made them, but like I know what kind of flour to use in like mochi now, and I know how to make marshmallows and stuff. So I think it's been fun to watch.
All right, go check that out if you're interested in that. Thank you so much for that, Andy. Next up, me, Ryuzaki Borg, aka Wolfborg, aka Chaplin, aka the best anime book club host ever of all time. I went to Offguy last week, so I didn't consume too much in that time frame. I would recommend Offguy, by the way. But for media I did consume right before I left for Offguy. I went to the movies and I saw The Odyssey, and I thought it was really, really, really fucking good. But it is really, really, really fucking loud. So it's good. Enter with caution audio level wise if you're somebody I guess who's sensitive to that. But it's fucking cool, and I've been thinking about it over and over, and I want to go rewatch it probably. But I think the next movie I'm seeing is the Spider-Man movie. So, but yeah, go check out The Odyssey, and hope your journey home is not hindered like my journey home from California was hindered for a bit. Okay, so.
Bro, they were bound and determined to keep my ass in Utah, but I made it.
Yeah, I was hearing a number of people leaving Offguy were having trouble getting home. It was a little fucked, but it is what it is.
They literally, my connection was boarding before my flight landed. That's how late we were.
Oof. Alright, well, that's all for me. Next up, thrice misspelled, #NotDeadYet. Yes, that's what it says. And then there's a middle finger emoji. Thrice, introduce yourself.
Hello, it's Thrice. Also Mike, she, they. My recommendation for this week. I started reading Insomniacs After School.
Ooh.
So it's cute. I thought it was going to have spooky things going on, and so far it doesn't really have spooky things. Turns out the spooky things were made up, but that's kind of the only recommendation I have other than like
sleep.
It's almost like that's what insomnia causes.
The spooky things was the horrors or fears surrounding dating someone.
No,
did somebody tell you that there was ghosts involved, or?
No, it's just because it opens up telling you about this ghost story in the observatory of this school.
I see.
And then it turns out, like, no, a girl spread that rumor so she could go nap in the observatory without anybody bothering her.
Yeah. Low-key, me too, bestie.
I remember watching the
I've
first
heard
episode of
it
the
as a
anime. I don't
manual
remember
for
the ghost
dating.
story. But I believe it. I believe it.
I feel like I
Yeah.
remember it, but it's been a while.
All right. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Not really, unless everybody wants to get really into K-pop all of a sudden, like I have.
Sure, go ahead, Thrice. Convert us, why don't you?
Shadow,
Listen
we
to
do
18.
not have time for that.
Hold on, hold
Yes,
on.
we do.
They have a new song in Japanese. All of them are Korean, but they do
Oh
do
my
a
God.
Japanese album. And they have a
Holy
new
shit.
song called Seeker, and it sounds like an anime opening, and I'm mad that it isn't one yet, but it also just came out, so it makes sense.
Holy shit.
But yeah, go stream Seeker by ATEEZ.
But are they But do they have VTuber models?
God damn it.
Not that
We're
I'm
getting
aware
there.
of. They
We're
just
getting
have
there.
those
Not yet.
cutesy
We
little
don't have
anime,
technology.
like not anime, cutesy little like animal mascots that a lot of K-pop groups do these days.
All right. Well, thank you so much
yeah.
for that. Next up,
You're welcome.
I think
Next
I'll
up-
see.
Trust Violet with the Death Note. Introduce yourself.
Well, I can be trusted with the Death Note.
If
so
it's in your name,
that in
I
mind.
guess. Yeah.
I'm Violet. He pronouns, but I don't really care. Invited me, thank you, Nyan. How banned do I get for suggesting Homestuck?
This interesting first impression you're giving us here. I will tell you this by boldly coming in here to recommend Homestuck.
The A Book Club will remember this.
Hey, it's a published book. When are we reading Homestuck for book club?
Hey, listen, I
There
did see at the
published
bookstore
books.
over the weekend. There's Minecraft the manga. Okay, if it's finished, we can read it. I don't for Homestuck. I don't know if that counts. It is finished though.
There has
finished.
always been
So-
at least
It's
one
finished.
Homestuck or a
The
group of
canon
Homestucks
part
at any
is
convention I've been
finished.
to. So
Canon part is finished? Hold
I
on.
can't wait
It's
to read
relevant.
Minecraft
Yeah,
the
canon
manga.
The canon part of Homestuck is finished.
You can see where I get it now, chap.
I have to ask: is Homestuck even currently like fully readable? Because didn't it have like interactive games that just broke at some point?
So
Did they fix that or?
they moved it to a new website, and I think you can play some of the games now, but most of them have videos of people playing the games. But they
Oh, I
did move it
see.
to another
I see.
website. So I think they've been going back and fixing it. There's also the archived Homestuck project in which the games all work.
Okay.
Okay.
And we're fixed. So yes and no.
Okay.
See,
I
Chad, back
assume
in
it
the
all broke with
day,
the Slash.
we had to read Umineko all on YouTube Let's Play. Okay?
That's how I watched Familiar of Zero. Was separated into parts small in the corner on YouTube.
Andy, did I tell you when we were at the used bookstore, I saw a copy of the Familiar of Zero omnibus manga, but it was sectioned off in an area that said "You shall not pass. If you get caught over here, it will be considered stealing."
And you didn't steal it for me?
Yeah,
No,
you
I'm not
didn't.
getting arrested for Familiar of Zero. No.
Like I would.
That's sick though. That's awesome.
Wait, Violet. I was going to say, if they weren't all working, we need to recruit like 5 furries, French specifically, and they'll get it done.
French furries
Huh?
to steal Familiar Zero?
No, to get Homestuck finished. I've got it working, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't believe
That makes
chat
more
didn't
sense.
write in the Death Note for me.
Oh my god. All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Violet. Do you have anything else for us?
I think that's it.
Great.
I think that's a good first impression.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, welcome aboard. Go check out Homestuck if you haven't already. Thanks so much for that, Violet. All right,
Of course.
we're here now to discuss the next volumes of Death Note. So first of all, since I know Violet is new to this group's discussions, Violet, did you have any past experiences with Death Note or any thoughts about the previous 2 volumes that you wanted to share?
I watched the anime a couple of years ago, and I've watched, I've watched it since once or twice. But yeah, I've watched it before. I've never read it before, even though I have heard before that the manga is different. I don't have particular thoughts about the first 2 volumes, except for how, I guess I have one thought that the anime seems from the very first episode to try harder to make Light a little more maybe neutral morality speaking. In the manga, he just sort of is there. It's a little less.
He's immediately, I will become the god of the new world.
Yeah. Like he's still crazy in the anime, don't get me wrong, but some of the ways some of the early chapters or the early episodes of the anime rather frame it tries to lend him more, I guess, credit, make him seem a little less evil off the cuff.
Right.
In the manga, I do kind of respect that he's just like doing it.
I am the villain.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's really my thought for that.
Okay. Makes sense. I see. Somebody in YouTube chat, Sir Grease, has said, what kind of channel is this? I see it's about Death Note, but why is it recommended by YouTube algorithm at this moment? It is because we are currently live talking about the volumes 3 and 4 of Death Note. This is our book club, manga-focused book club podcast that happens weekly every Thursday night, and our current series is Death Note. If you're seeing it from the YouTube algorithm, it is probably because you are somebody that the algorithm thinks would like anime and or Death Note content. Maybe.
I had a YouTube video recommended to me, I think this last week, that obviously I couldn't watch yet, that was like literally just an entire video breaking down all of the Death Note rules that are not relevant to the story at all.
There is actually there's more and more rules being added on to the Death Note that I'm just like, why are we bringing this up? We had a couple rules established last week that are just like, oh, how old did the like if they're younger than this many days, the Death
2
Note won't work
years.
on them.
It's like 2 years old, pretty
Yeah.
closely.
And so, like, we extended that by thinking, like, okay, but when does the timer start? And I thought about, additionally, this week, I was like, so if the Death Note can't kill people whose name aren't written in the Death Note or whatever, does that mean anyone who's pregnant is completely safe because they would have another life inside of them or whatever? Or does that not count until they're born, technically? Or how does this work? How does
Jeff, I think that's
if Death Note is pro-life.
where does the Death Note stand on that?
Well,
Those stance on this.
I will say you probably can't get a clear look of the fetus's face.
That is true. Well,
even if it's named,
it would be that you would write like the mom's like you see the mom's face and name, and then you write it in there. But like, if there's another life in there, technically speaking, is the Death Note okay with that still? Because it doesn't like you taking away other lives or whatever. By the way,
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So, Misa goes over a little bit in this reading, what is needed to be able to be considered how much of the face do you have to see? So if you see an ultrasound of the baby that's in profile, and they've named the baby.
No.
Does it count if it hasn't been written on a birth certificate?
That's the question.
Is, like, not detailed. No.
So like I also get confused about like what becomes the name that determines you? Like is it the first name you're given when you're born, or like the name you're most commonly referred to as throughout your life, or is it just whatever you call yourself? Or
can the Death Note name you?
Yeah.
What is the legality of this? If you change your name legally, does your name change, like in the Shimigami's vision?
Yeah, and like this is like the main reason why L has been protected for so long. It's just because he goes by the alias. This is just a letter for his name. So it's like, well, what?
Light hasn't even tried to write that in the Death Note and see if it would work.
Just L.
Hey, well, he's already been. Oh well, there's something. There was one thing I wanted to bring up though. I think it was related to what Andy was talking about earlier. Related to Death Note rules. fuck? I don't remember it now. I'll probably remember as we talk about things more. But
what are the middle names? Where's that going? Should you ignore that part?
Violet, we were talking about it, and Violet mentioned the rule where it's like Shinigamis don't inherently know everything about the Death Note, which was really funny after having done the reading and that panel where Ryuk goes, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Yeah, the bulk of these rules were just written by Ryuk from and then I'm assuming some of these are additions added later as we discovered shit. I'm assuming.
I am obsessed with the rule that Shinigami don't know everything about the Death Note, because does that imply that they can't learn more?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though. To them, they just gotta look at the person, write down their name. They don't really need to know all the rules.
I think
what it actually does is add another rule every time they learn one, so they literally can't know every rule.
Exactly.
I think it's literally just the author didn't know all of the rules of the Death Note yet. So. Shinigami's a stand-in for Tsugumi Obata.
If you don't know a rule of the Death Note, it can't apply.
Yeah. So we had a few new rules come into place this week. Some of which are more informative than solidifying things. What do you got, Shadow?
So one of the rules is when you take the ideal, it fixes your eyesight, which is incredible.
Oh, that's true. It sets it to a very specific eyesight value, which I don't know what the equivalent is Japanese to however we measure it over here.
It's about 3 times better than average.
Okay.
What the fuck is average? Especially nowadays,
2020.
Considering the fact that 2020 is not the average. There's no way.
Well, maybe to people with glasses, it's not average, but...
Oh, Andy, how's that eyesight doing?
Leave me alone! I was gonna make a joke about the fact that eyesight's gotten worse since the years that this is released because of blue light or whatever, but fine, make fun of my bad vision, I guess. Fuck you too.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this call wear glasses. I don't think it's just you.
It's Andy, Champ, and Ari at least. If I recall.
This is true. This is true.
I'm not allowed to drive without glasses. So.
I'm not either, actually. I failed a driving test one time because I couldn't, not the driving test, but they make you go to the DMV and do a test in the vision thing. And I had to go get a new glasses prescription in order to pass that.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The important thing about fixing your eyesight is, hypothetically, you can unblind yourself, which is incredible.
This is true.
That would be crazy. Imagine you're blind and you pick up a notebook off of the ground. So you're blind. It has no braille. You can't see it. You can't know what it is. And somebody that you have to assume is human starts talking to you about the mechanics of this book that you just picked up.
Within 38 days so.
They just go, as long as you see have their name and see their face. Oh, you have to see them. Oh, that's right. Well, I got a deal for you, buddy. I got a deal for you.
Actually, I'll give you half a discount. You lose a quarter.
If you're colorblind, does that count?
I think I remember the thing I was going to ask about now. So at some point, it's an important distinction that we make here this week specifically, where it's seeing somebody, from a certain angle or whatever, basically seeing the bulk of their face, that works. Seeing a photograph of them also works. Seeing a drawing of them, no matter how realistic, does not work. And I'm just what's the limits that we have here with this? What's the difference for the photographs to work or videos to work, but not drawings to work?
So we got vampires.
If we pull in the logic of data capturing from summertime rendering,
oh my God.
It's because the photos are capturing a realistic version of the person, possibly even. It's also the same idea with the Weeping Angels in Doctor Who, where digital replications of them do count as another form of them, but drawings are not a digital replication of them, even if it was digital art, so it wouldn't count.
Oh,
because it doesn't have a part of the person in it.
That brings a question to mind for me.
What's that?
Go on.
If you had a picture of somebody from 20 years ago and they look different at the time that you're writing in the Death Note.
Pre versus post HRT.
Yeah, if you get some sort of facial reconstruction surgery or look different, does it matter how recent the
They-
picture is, or is it that you looked like this at some point in your life?
I believe they directly stated at some point this week that it doesn't matter how old the photo is, it will still work.
Okay.
I guess it has to do more with, like, I don't know, your soul or spirit being captured at the time rather than your actual appearance at the time.
Yes, yeah. I
mayhaps.
was
Yeah.
gonna bring up vampire rules.
Cameras are stealing our souls.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking with that. Yeah.
That's why Misa is soulless and behaves the way she does, is because she's a model. She's been she's had pictures taken of her so many times.
It's not the
Oh,
misogyny,
is
it's
that
that she's had her soul stolen so many times.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Well, before we get to
Those souls
Misa,
have been
okay.
stepped away from them.
Before we get to Misa, so this week started with Light trying to deal with the camera situation in his bedroom. This is where we get the
We got
infamous
that.
potato chip scene, okay?
He
Where,
was so calm in the manga. In
yeah,
that scene, I was astounded.
in the
He
in
had
the
it
anime it's a
together
lot more
for
hype
once,
because
isn't
there's like hype music that they put with it every, and you get a Death Note
Take a
montage.
potato
This
chip.
This is the main thing with the Death Note manga that you're not gonna get, or the Death Note anime that you're not gonna get with the manga. There was oftentimes a number of Death Note writing montages to like hype music as it cuts to people dying. I remember that a
noticed
lot.
that. I mentioned to Nyan while I was reading it that I felt like the manga came off as almost tamer than the anime,
Mm.
because the anime just shows you like random criminals doubling over having heart attacks while he's writing the names. And in the manga, it's almost more like faceless. You don't really see
yeah.
the effects. You just hear, oh, X number of people died today.
Yeah.
And also, like, hey, it's been 4 months since this started. Hello?
Yeah.
Where did that time go?
It cuts between like him writing in the potato chip bag to immediately going to Ryuzaki. All these people have died. Here's the reports. Oh no, wait. How could this have been possible if I was watching Light the whole time? How could he have done this? Well, it doesn't completely remove my suspicions of him. It doesn't completely. Because L is just thinking like it's perfect. It's a little too perfect. And that's like the bulk of what this week was with it, because now we're like zeroing in. Ella's pretty much already figured out who the killer is, but now it's just
Ella's
a case
convinced.
of he's like, I know
He
you
needs to
are
prove it.
Kira, but now my problem is I have to prove it. And how do I prove
He's
it?
doing the meme, you know the one.
He's like, well, he's pretty smart. I'll invite him to the team. But everything part about him helping us will also be a test to see if he's Kira or not. But also, if he's not Kira, he's helping us catch Kira. But if he is Kira, that would suck. But I'm pretty sure he is Kira. Or there's a lot of stuff happening with that, where it's like every 5 seconds he's like, all right, it's good to have you a part of the team. Your logic with this is going to be very helpful, even though I think you're the one who's killing everybody. My suspicion has increased with your answer here. Maybe it hasn't moved too much here, but maybe with this answer it will increase. If he had said this, there's a lot of inner monologues between each of the people this week about like, oh, why would he be asking about this? Or, oh, how should I answer this? Or, oh, what does he mean by that? And this is where we get into the bulk of the whole back and forth of like, these two know each other is like the one that they're the target of, but they don't know how exactly to close in on them properly in the situation that they're in. So like, we had the whole
winning position.
We had the whole surveillance situation. And L's like, okay, well, we didn't witness him doing anything weird in that time, but like it's not enough to convince me. And we didn't directly say it here, but basically he was still able to kill people by getting a small disposable like TV thing and putting it inside a bag of potato chips, and then he was writing names inside the potato chip bag from a piece of Death Note in there anytime he was going for a chip while he was like working on homework. So like, yeah.
I mentioned this in the book club chat, and this literally, it is so non-important. but I'm
Mhm.
so pissed off about that camera diagram because they tried to use both dots and arrows to indicate it was a camera. I was doing card sorting with Shadow when this happened. He listened to me count out the cameras 3 times because they try to make it look like, oh yeah, these white and black dots are the cameras, but if you look by the curtains, there's only 1 black dot, but there's 3 arrows indicating that there's somehow 3 cameras where that 1 black dot is in 3 directions. So that's how you get like the total 64 or 67 cameras or whatever it was. But it's
I
like,
think that's the directions it can see. Like maybe that's like a
no,
fisheye.
because I'm standing up. Because if you count only the dots that indicate the cameras, it doesn't total to over 60. It only totals to about 58. So if there are 60 whatever cameras, you have to assume that not each dot is a camera, but rather each arrow is a camera. Because if you only count the dots, it's only 58 cameras.
Don't you
Or-
worry.
Again.
Don't you worry, Andy. I'm
Ryuk
pulling it
is
up on
giving
stream
him
right now
bad
for you.
information.
No, or
Ryuk's just
Ryuk just
stupid.
did not count them all. Because
That's
the
also
diagram we're given is Ryuk telling Light where each of them are. And Ryuk's
Light's having to
kind
deal
of
with
stupid.
Ryuk's stupidity to figure this out.
No, see, my argument was actually, Ryuki just add a couple more, just to fuck with Light.
It's actually only 58, but he's like, yeah, there's 60 whatever.
There's 64.
And by the way, this
Again,
was only
like-
to determine cameras. They don't know shit about whether or not there's like audio bugs or whatever, like listening in, or if these cameras are
Light's
listening
assuming
in.
that.
So he's just like, I'm just gonna be careful just in case. Anyways, I just won't say anything. But like we saw last week, he basically convinces Ryuk to do this whole investigation of the room, even though Ryuk like does not want to be involved with all
It's
this.
supposed
He
to be
just
a
wants to
party.
watch. He only gets involved because he has become addicted to apples, to a comical degree.
Also wants the game
Okay,
with Light.
okay.
The real answer
So
is
that
the
was-
author wanted an excuse for Ryuk to be forced into helping him identify all the cameras. But it's fine. We'll say it's
Ryuki's a
apple
fun.
addiction, okay?
Okay, so this was like one of the 2 things that I wanted to mention. Because I hadn't really thought about it until we got to the inner cover of the 2nd volume where it has the like crucified skeleton looking thing.
Mhm.
And I don't know if this is like a more Western interpretation, but I thought it was really fascinating that they're using the iconography of the apple, which is very commonly associated with the fruit of knowledge that Eve eats in the Garden of Eden.
Mm.
And they're very kind of almost blatantly demonstrating Light as the god of this new world, giving the forbidden fruit of knowledge to Ryuk. And I thought that that was really interesting, the idea that like Light, this human that Ryuk is following, is the one that's having to give Ryuk the knowledge to sin. That was something that I thought was kind of interesting, and also probably doesn't mean anything, but that was a thought that I had.
No, it's interesting, interesting things to notice with that. You know what I was noticing? Every single fucking time the panels were focusing on L sitting with his feet out. Why did it keep doing that? It was just cutting to him with his feet out or drinking coffee while monologuing to himself about how Light has to be Kira because this like right next to his dad, who's just like, I don't like it when you say these things about my son.
Dude, he had his toes up on the desk in the test.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he was like, hold on, I have to establish like here at this test that I'm here. I have to let Light know that I'm on his ass, even from right now, even though he doesn't know who I am yet. So he's like, I gotta aura farm there. He follows him into the test. Now he's in the test thing because we find out later he just enrolls in the same college that Light goes to. Because fuck it, why not?
I know, personally, I like to believe that, despite the Kira case, Elle is pursuing a higher level of education.
Now, not only
Very
does he...
true. He's looking at his future beyond this case.
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It could just be like when you watch a Tarantino movie. And that's
I'm
why
gonna
we're
stop
getting
you
those
right
scenes with
there.
Elle.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
Wait, what happened? Wait.
Well,
Don't
we
worry
mentioned
about it.
all the scenes with Elle's feet just hanging out. I
God.
just suggested that it's like when you watch a Tarantino movie. You just
Oh,
try
you
not
know
to
what?
think
That
about
is
it.
true.
Fairly
actually.
disguised fetish.
I think that is true.
Yeah.
Maybe it is possible.
You just try not to think about it. Don't worry about it.
The author said that the author said that they sit like L does. So maybe they got the dogs out too. I don't know. Anyway,
His toes are long.
Yes, is that what you're
Why are
focusing
you
on there?
Like that?
I'm sorry that I'm looking at what they're very deliberately trying to have us focus on, which is that his toes are long and talon-like. Again, alluding to my idea
I'm gonna stop
that he
you
is
there.
That's just because he uses them so much, you know?
I'm gonna stop you there.
I think Ryuzaki L. I think he's like the funniest fucking character ever. When he takes the test to go to the college with him. He could have just done any like behind the scenes thing to be a part of the college. He showed up to the test area to Aura Farm, so he showed up there to Aura Farm. Then he got first place along with Light in the national testing numbers or whatever, getting perfect scores, both of them, so they both have to do speeches. And, like, Light is all suited up, and L is just, like, jeans and, like, baggy jeans with, like, a crumpled up piece of paper, awkwardly reading.
tennis shoes with no socks. Brother, what is wrong with you?
Dude, he's got a crazy fit.
I appreciate the one girl who's like, hey, actually, the weird guy's kind of cute.
Yeah, there was like two people. There was like several people in the audience.
about?
One was like, "Wow, Light is so handsome. Look at with the suit. Oh my god!" And the next one was like, "I kind of like the other guys." It's like, "What's wrong with you,
Like, girl?
girl?"
Hello, HR.
So, anyways, in that same scene, L is just like, "Okay, I'm ready to do my 5D chess move here. I'm gonna go right up to Light and say." Hey, it's nice meeting you. I just wanted to let you know, I'm L. I'm the L working on the Kira case. He's like, in the anime, they make it more serious of him, like, after he says it, he's like staring at him very intently to see his reaction. It's so much funnier in the anime. But here it's like a very intense, like, oh shit, what's gonna happen now? What do you even do with that situation there? He's got caught off guard because Light had no idea. He just thought this was a weirdo dude that went to his college as well now. But no, this is not just a weirdo dude. This is the weirdo detective that's on his ass. So what are you gonna do with that? And not only did he say I'm L, he introduced himself to the school under a fake name that was like another celebrity, like a famous like Japanese celebrity. So he's like, if he tries to write that dude's name in the death notes, or if he somehow, he doesn't know about the death note, but if Kira tries to kill with that name, he's gonna picture that celebrity, so then he'll know that this is him or whatever. Layers upon layers with like that kind of stuff too, with like, I'm gonna tell him I'm L, but he's not gonna be able to do anything with that information. In fact, it's kind of gonna protect him, which is interesting, because like if he suddenly does drop dead no matter the context after introducing himself to Light, it's like, okay, well that's a little like insanely suspicious when L was already suspicious of him. So it's a lot of like, I'm going to stick close with him. One, because he's very smart and might actually be able to help us with the case. And two, if he is Kira, he literally can't do anything to me while I'm right next to him. Otherwise, he will be suspected. So, what's he gonna do?
Isn't it a little fucked to just like offer up some random celebrity's name to protect yourself? It's like, yeah, he might drop dead, but like, it won't be me.
I did think of that, yeah. I was like, well,
Maybe he
rip
hates
to
that
guy.
celebrity.
Maybe. Maybe it's possible. I thought he had gotten killed off a random newscaster at first, but then it turned out no, that was actually a person on death row that we had pretend to be a newscaster. I was like,
And there's some investigation going on the guy on the inside or something.
Yeah.
You know how celebrities are.
So does that mean that he's a Hideki Ryuga auntie? Is that what L is?
Yes.
By the way, is this a real celebrity? I'm not familiar with this. Is this a real like celebrity, like a stand-up guy or something? I don't know who this is. I don't know if that was like a real celebrity or not. So, anyways, Light's just like, don't. This is all fine, Ryuk. He didn't get me at all. Okay, this is all gonna work out for me. All right, this is perfect. soon I'll find out everything I need to know to kill him. First, I'll get them to invite me to be part of the team. Obviously, I gotta, like, find some way to have him confirm that he is the real L first, so that I know if I kill him, I'll get rid of L. Because at first he's like, I don't know if this actually is L. This might just be a stand-in saying that he's L, and he's relaying information to the real L.
Wacky weirdo L hired.
It does not seem to be a real celebrity.
Oh, I see.
I do know that some names were made kind of ridiculous in the Death Note, so it wouldn't actually appear to be real people's names.
Oh, that's true. So it might be, like, inspired
It's
by
like
someone or
JoJo
something.
stands.
True.
True.
Yeah, so...
Ryuk is his stand. Anyway.
I find it hilarious, L joining the school, and them being, like, classmate buddies at first, out of, like, awkward necessity for both sides. They play tennis with each other, and it's hilarious. Because obviously, L's just like, oh, I'm actually, like, a junior whatever champion in, like, England in tennis. So, you know, I'm not fucking around
And then
here.
he looks dead at Light and is like, by the way, you'll never figure out who I am based off of that information.
He's like, oh, don't worry. You're not figuring me out, buddy. Okay, don't worry.
I'm on to you, Kira. I'm on to you.
But, like, obviously, also, the tennis match is a big mental game as well as a physical game. If he wins here, does this mean he's Kira? If he loses here? But, like, is he gonna pretend to lose so he's Kira? Or is he... Kira hates to lose, so if he also hates to lose, does that make him Kira? Or is this just a natural instinct that people who compete have? Or... So there's...
And if he throws the match, then he might think that it's suspicious that I thought he would win. So obviously he's Kira if he throws the match.
Meanwhile, this is becoming like a big spectacle for like the whole school. There was like the tennis court club people being like, rando freshmen are taking over our court. We can't let that happen. Then they go there like, hold up. They're like, hold up, let them cook. This is a cool match.
Let them cook.
this is a fucking cool match. Hold up.
Match of the century over here.
They're like, this one guy's a junior whatever in England, and this other guy, like, I think Light was also a really good tennis player at some point, and then stopped, I think they said.
Of course he is.
Because why not? Of course.
Junior high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why
He
wouldn't they
peaked in
be?
middle school.
So we had the big tennis match event, so we got a little sports action in there. And then we went then afterwards to the other infamous cafe scene, which has been memed to death, and all the memes of it are funny.
Oh, good.
Because in the anime, it's just like they'll talk, and then like there'll be a long pause as the camera like pans around while they're like inner monologuing. But like there's versions of it where they just took out all of the like inner monologue, so they're just sitting there in silence for like 2 minutes after one of them says something.
I do miss the color shifts and the internal monologue mind palaces of the anime.
Yeah. So, the cafe scene...
Oh, no, keep going.
I'm sorry, you were going to say something?
Oh, yeah, there's one edit where Light's like, damn it, but he was actually trying to use his microtransaction to figure out if Kira or not.
Yeah, the Angry Birds one, I love that one. I'll find it and post it in there, where it's just like, if he buys the microtransactions, does that mean I'm Kira? Shit like that. So, like, this whole cafe scene is another one of those mind games where, like, oh, they're just having they're just hanging out, having tea or whatever, but actually... This is the big discussion about whether or not Light can actually help with the case, where Elle is trying to show him some stuff. Specifically, it was the notes that Light had left behind, or made the inmates that he was testing on leave notes behind, which said, Elle, do you know gods of death like apples? Was like the hidden message that was within it. And Elle wanted to see Light try to, like, see his reasoning process to see if he also reaches the same conclusion. And it does, because obviously he knows the answer. But then he's like, no, actually, you're wrong. There was a fourth note involved. And it says, I forget what the additional thing said, but it was made up bullshit that he just tried to add to throw him off and tried to see how he reacted to that. So we're adding, like, fake shit just to see Light's logic and how he responds to it and all that, and be like, how did he get to this answer unless he's Kira? Or if he was really Kira, would he not have considered the idea of another note that should have been there? Details like that, where I think it can be really interesting sometimes, and it makes L a much funnier character for me too, just the levels of how much he's trying to fuck with Light to figure out how he thinks. But I can also see it being annoying for some people with, like, how much the logical layers are going with that kind of shit. So, I don't know. I think it's very fun. It's the kind of shit that makes me have a lot of fun with this, just because of how goofy some of the layers of this can be. So, I do enjoy it, and I do also enjoy the meme versions of all the cafe scenes. It's so good. That said, there are a lot of I actually don't think there were some times in this scene in the manga where it was like cutting to inner dialogue or inner thoughts of the characters between this, but most of it was just them talking back and forth to each other. I think there was later on stuff when we get to the whole second Kira situation where it was a lot more internal thinking about things, and that part was starting to hurt my brain, but it all made sense to me already because I'd already seen the anime. But I could see it hurting people's brains at first with all that kind of stuff. But that was the big
I got to
thing.
a point.
So, yep.
I got to a point, I think, where you did with Umineko, where
Yeah.
I was just reading it and was like, get to the fucking conclusion, because all of this back and forth, number one, all of the back and forth is going to lead to the same outcome, which is maybe he's Kira, and maybe he thinks I'm Kira, and all of that, but also, like, they're so fucking stupid. I could not stop complaining about how infuriating of a character Light is to read about. Not because he's the villain as the protagonist. I'm fine, like, I can work with that in a story. He's so annoying. He's so stupid and so annoying, and I need that man to,
annoying
like,
in what way? In a I'm definitely gonna win, nothing could go wrong for me way, or what's the kind of annoying that you're feeling here?
I think it's the constant coping. It's the constant
he does do that,
losing and then going, no, I didn't lose. This is actually how I won. And I'm like, dude, shut up.
I planned that out the whole time. Yeah, I planned that out the whole time.
I need Chip to know that I've heard Andy while they were live reading this.
Ryo could be laughing at him. He would be like, Ryo, why are you laughing? Okay, I had this all planned from the start.
Come
No,
on,
literally, he's like, he wants to look cool in front of his Shinigami friend.
He gets
So-
rage baited by L constantly, and then he's just like, I didn't get rage baited at all. No.
He does. It makes me so mad. So I skip so much of the mental back and forth. I skim it so that I don't necessarily have to understand it, because I know what the outcome is going to be. The outcome is going to be inconclusive, but also Light's dialogue is just so annoying to read about. I hate him so much.
Oh boy.
Anyway.
So the next big thing that happens is a whole situation regarding a second Kira, which we technically don't know at first that it's the second Kira for the reader's perspective. I knew because I'd already seen the anime. I don't know if people reading it didn't realize at first that this was not Kira doing all the things until later on, but it was a whole situation where Kira suddenly sends tapes to a TV station, a news station, saying, you have to play these tapes or I will kill you and several people on the board or whatever. And the guy in charge is like, or else, buddy, I would fucking print these for free. I'd pay you to let me print these, all right? I'm putting this shit on air. I'm putting them all on air, okay? You gave me the perfect excuse for it, too. So he's like, all right.
I love the detail of they didn't even watch the other videotapes before airing them. They watched the first tape and then just trusted.
They were there for the content,
They had no clue. They had literally no clue it was on the second through the fourth tapes. and just aired them on national TV.
They don't have to care. They're gonna get killed if they don't.
Yeah,
Might as well get the product out.
Tape 4 could have been like, I'm gonna kill everybody at Sakura TV right now, and they wouldn't know until it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dude is just like, fuck you. At first, before they get the tape, they're like, guys, our numbers, come on. We gotta we gotta get a new story. We don't gotta do a story, boss. Well, then make some shit up. Come on, we gotta start getting those numbers back up. This is InfoWars here.
Kira? Who knew?
So we got some background information a little bit about what's going on in the world in general with that stuff, where this is pretty much one of the only stations that are mainly reporting about the Kira case, because the cops have pretty much told a lot of the other stations to, like, try not to give it coverage, because if you give it coverage, then they're just going to use that information. So they're, like, trying to tell a lot of the places not to cover the Kira case, or, like, not publicize a lot of information regarding it. This station doesn't give a fuck, and they'll just make up stories related to it to try to, like, get more clicks or whatever, or get more attention on them, because they're, like, the only ones that are going to do it. And because of that, Kira has sent the tapes to them, thinking that they'd be a good place to showcase their tapes. And the tapes are basically just, all right, first I'll prove to you that I'm Kira. If you go to this other station, this one reporter there is going to die. You go to the station, that dude dies. You go back. All right, so now that you know that I'm Kira. So what's going to happen now is I need the cops to cooperate with me. So there's 2 tapes I've sent. One is yes, one is no, depending on their answer. If they do cooperate with me, what they basically got to do is start publicizing names of certain criminals and whether or not violence was involved every week. I'll determine their judgment on my end, and also I need the either L or the head of the NPA to go on television and announce this, and I need them to do it in person, which the main goal being, I want you to show me L's face, because whoever this person is, we find out through the tapes as cops try to go there, they don't need a name and a face. They just need a face, and they can kill them, which to us means this person's got the eyes. They can see their name as soon as they look at them, and so they can just kill them. Which L is able to figure that out pretty quickly from the fact that 2 rando cops just show up and just immediately die out of nowhere. So that part is like pretty quick figure that out detail, which leads them to think maybe perhaps there are 2 Kiras now, because this is not an ability that the original Kira had before, as far as they knew. They figured the first one needed a name and a face, and then also the targets that are being chosen are far different. I don't think they actually revealed this until later, but I guess the, like, reporters or other people that the second Kira killed at the broadcast were like involved in, like, drug scandals or something like that. So, like, they're criminals to a much lesser degree than the people that Kira typically kills, I guess.
I'm not even sure if it was that, because so L does mention something like that, of like, oh, even drug scandals that these people are in are only, like, tabloid news. But I think he was just saying that as, like, just a general, like, statement rather than specifically about these guys.
You know what that was also a detail of? There was also a big
What?
detail with that I didn't realize until I was like, oh yeah, the author kind of hates women sometimes. They were specifically pointing out, like, these are, like, people that, like, people who watch women's TV shows would, like, think are, like, bad people. I'm like, oh, I see.
Yeah, like, specifically, like, women's gossip magazines.
Because they don't know at the time, they're not even thinking that the second Kira could be a woman. So it's like, okay, so we figure out that it is
cannot
Lisa, so.
possibly overstate how dumb the second Kira is. We need to reiterate this every other page.
This Kira just isn't as smart as the Kira I know.
Light goes up to them, finds out about the situation, and is immediately like, I think whoever this second Kira is, I think they're really fucking dumb. And Elle just goes, I agree. I concur. Oh, okay. Well,
she has to be the stupidest person on Earth, so that then once we actually meet her, he can go, oh, she's actually a little smarter than I thought. So
yeah, the part where Light starts noticing, oh wait, maybe the second Kira isn't as stupid as I thought. But he's still like, but really stupid though, just not as dumb as I thought.
Yeah, maybe she's not quite the dumbest person on Earth. Like, she's still not as smart as me, but, you know.
We
I
did
was
have...
very surprised there wasn't a line like, you know, for a woman.
Oh my god. We did have a number of
Pretty
scenes.
certain there would have been if he knew they were a woman to start with.
But it, like, okay, so a lot of this is like, okay, there's these little details about like they know there's a second Kira, but now they're like, what do we do here? We're obviously not going to agree to work with the second Kira. Which, by the way, that whole situation gets diffused by Light's dad, who's in the hospital, just taking a truck and crashing it into the studio and pointing a gun at the person to, like, take the tapes
What
away.
a legend!
That was nuts.
True
Bro,
American.
Light's dad is a legend, okay? Light's dad is, like, unfortunately, the father of a psychopath, but...
Unfortunately, the father of, like, the serial killer of all time. But...
But he's dude's a legend. He like just had a heart attack, not related, just related to like stress working on the case, and then like he just crashes it into the building to like save some. And then like all of the police like block the view of the outside so that he can leave as a hero or whatever. So
Aura
That was-
farming.
that was
Accidental
also-
aura farming.
yeah, they're just like, how are we gonna get to the building? And he crashes it in, and Elle's just like, well, that's one way to get in without being seen. That's one way to get in. That works. But yeah, so like, okay, we know there's a second Kira. We'll try to now send a fake message as the other Kira to this person somehow. Lights, you could play this role, right? You could do this for us, right, buddy? Person who we suspect is Kira. This definitely won't add layers to your mental fuckery that's going on here. You could play the fake Kira. Which, by the way, I'm just thinking to myself, like, are we not going to question whether or not the real Kira would respond to this at all? Like...
Yeah,
But-
I did think that was odd that they don't even for a minute consider what if the real Kira does actually send something in. Like what if the real Kira gets mad that we're sending something in and
Yeah.
pretending to be the real Kira. Because obviously Kira is probably going to be aware of this situation. There's
Right.
no thoughts about that because Light is focused on like, oh, I've got to fucking deal with this shit right now.
And Elle is just assuming
and-
that Light is Kira, so Elle's not even
Yeah.
worried about it because he knows that Light's
neither of
Kira.
them are thinking about this other angle because they are both so worried about this second Kira situation going on, and both know that Light is Kira.
Right.
That neither of them for even a minute are like, oh yeah, the real Kira will respond to this. It is
Yep.
just odd that that's not even mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not even the thought of him being offended by it all.
I'm just imagining 3 Kira sending in different tapes claiming to be Kira to the studio.
Oh my god. A third
I'm
Shinigami gets
Kira. I'm
involved.
Kira. No, I'm Kira.
No, I'm Kira. No, I'm Kira. And then at a certain point, everybody's just like, so that everybody's Kira? Maybe that's one way that they could have diffused that situation. Just add a whole bunch of fake Kira messages so that everybody just assumes they're all copycats.
Wasn't that the ending to the Disney Channel movie Radio Rebel?
I don't know what this is.
What the
Maybe.
hell is
I
that?
would know.
It's a rebellious radio.
Disney
It
Channel
sounds about right to me, as far as I know.
The gamers are rising up.
So, anyways, don't ever bother asking L if he has cleared his suspicions of Kira. Don't ever bother asking him that because it's never going away.
The answer is no.
He just always will think that Light is Kira. He just always will. No matter what you can say or do, there is literally nothing. We've like ended this week with the whole like, oh, do you keep me under watch for as long as you need for the, and like even that's probably not gonna help with his suspicions or whatever. Like, what are you gonna do in the situation for him? How are you gonna prove it or not prove it? Because like, we'll get into that a little bit more in the future probably, but. The second Kira situation, the cops are like, okay, the second Kira is not as smart as the first Kira. How are we gonna... They're probably trying to get in communication with the first Kira. How are we gonna try to intercept that and or stop them from meeting each other. They eventually, like, the second Kira's trying to meet the first Kira, and they send a diary of, like, logs of, like, events happening at certain dates, and they're just like, how are we gonna figure this out? I think she had mentioned the eyes, and I think she had mentioned Shinigami. Now, the Shinigami mention was an important scene for L specifically, because L becomes genuinely horrified upon hearing about Shinigami. The mere idea that the Shinigami could be a real thing that exists horrifies the logical detective person, that there could be a supernatural element to this case.
Hell, magic is real.
And then he heard the Beatrice laughter, and he's like, no, no, no.
And then Light jumps in, and he's like, no, it's probably just a code word that they have going on. Shinigami probably just stands for something. And I was like, I hope so.
No, specifically...
must stand for something as a Shinigami is standing behind him.
Yeah, specifically, it's a hilarious panel where it's Light going, no, Shinigami can't exist, as Ryuka's, like, right behind him, doing his goofy fucking face.
When I lie.
I also mentioned that earlier on in these readings, L for a second like, there's a part of me that wonders if this Kira is like an actual like force of nature. Like, no, that's stupid. No, why would that be the case?
So okay, and then we get into the whole Misa situation. Misa is our second Kira that we have here, who has ended up with the notebook through a series of things. First of all, she got the notebook because a Shinigami fell in love with her and then saved her from getting killed by a stalker. Her parents were killed by a burglar, and Kira, that is Lights, killed the burglar eventually and avenged Misa's parents with that, which is why Misa has been obsessed with Kira. And then she gets the actual death note because a Shinigami fell in love with her, ended up dying to try to save her, and then another Shinigami, Rem, brought the death note to her. As like
irresistible to Shinigamis because
apparently.
She has a Batman backstory.
That's true. That is true. She does have that.
I was not expecting Misa's backstory to be so simple but effective. It actually works for me because like it's pretty simple, but it's still like it makes enough sense to me. Like, oh, okay, so she's not just some fanatic. Like, her clearly she has had not a great life because she had a stalking. She's been popular enough to have a stalking incident where she almost died, and then her parents were murdered like a year prior. I could see how all of this would lean her towards that. And then the Shinigami reached out to her because of other reasons. It's like, okay, well, that actually all makes sense to me. Yeah, okay.
Right. Yep.
A very traumatic life, because I think she sees the stalker collapse in front of her, like when he was
at
holding
least
her
has
knife
a knife pulled out on her. Yeah.
And then he like collapses and she runs off in the shadow we see in the panels. It's like, so her parents were killed and she got held at knife point and then saw the person attacking her like die in front of her pretty much, and then gets a like horrific ghoul god of death showing up at her window. Like it's kind of a traumatizing life.
Yeah.
It is, but it doesn't feel like overly it doesn't feel like overly
No, I did like how it came around. I agree with your point.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
It didn't feel like overdone or something. Like, oh, my life has been just nothing but tragedy, It's like, okay, I can see that there's a cause, like there's events happening here. It was more than I was expecting from
right.
but then is what I'm trying to say.
But then later on, when Light and Misa are together, like Misa will always be lovey-dovey to him, and they'll cut to Light just thinking to himself like, I've never thought about hitting a woman before now, or I fucking hate this woman. Maybe I should kill her.
Wait until I can kill her.
Maybe I should kill her now. No, the other Shinigami might kill me first. Fuck. And she's be like, Light, we should go on a date. No, I fucking hate you. Light is certainly, his interactions with Misa are interesting. We'll say that, but
they're unique.
I like Misa. I think Misa is a very, very nice character.
I love Misa.
Misa's great. Okay, she's doing her best to meet up with Kira. Okay, she did thought out a lot of things more than everybody else thought at first. It's not her fault, I think, that the cops are just, they were weird. They did catch her eventually, but they were weirdly precise with the exact things they were looking for it, to a degree that I don't even know how much they look at that kind of shit. They were like, okay, we found the envelope that was mailed to there. We found fingerprints with
pollen.
Yeah, they were like
Used
they were like the pollen that was in the fibers of the envelope. We traced it back to that location of that. And I'm like, did they do that shit today? Were they doing it back then? What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because this was 2004.
Yeah.
So
I think it's
I'm
not they don't
sure.
generally look for that. They just saw what they had available to them on the envelope and had to find things to match to it.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right, this is an extraneous case. Maybe brains for advanced methods.
I assume there are also just global resources still going to this.
That is true.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
they're just we gotta deal with this. We gotta do it now, especially now if there's two involved. We gotta deal with this
Oh, well,
ASAP.
I
So-
am surprised however, I am surprised that despite them finding the fingerprints of the friend Misa had, they didn't ever mention bringing the friend in for questioning or anything.
They might not have ever identified
sure,
the friend. I
else-
don't think.
They had
Well,
her
I say
fingerprint.
friend.
But having the fingerprint
Not
doesn't mean that they
stranger.
know who, because the
No.
fingerprint only helps them if they're
Yeah.
in the database or they have a
Yeah.
copy of it that they can reference it with. But
Yeah.
I
guess
was
the-
surprised that wasn't a lead that they followed up on,
hmm,
despite having that evidence, and they were doing pollen instead.
yeah, it might have just been something
All it
we're never
is.
gonna catch a match on this fingerprint until we know the person we're gonna compare it to. So we'll just test other shit instead, maybe. I
We'll
don't
just
know.
test pollen.
Yeah, just test. Why not? Why not? Fuck
That's
it.
some
That's what they do when you have allergies.
So, the actual Misa trying to meet Kira, you're just how are they gonna do this? Because obviously they can't meet for the first time with all the cops around Light. So what's gonna happen here? And then we find out, oh, if you have the Shinigami eyes and you see somebody else who possesses a death note, it does not show their time of death thing above them. So that's how I was able to identify that you must be Kira. Details like that I think they explained, and then Ryuko's like, "Well, I didn't even know that. What the heck?" and he was like, "I didn't even know that." And it cut to Light just looking annoyed at Ryuk.
Literally, he's giving Ryuk the side eye, and Ryuk averts his gaze and goes, "Huh, I didn't know that." It's so funny. I love their relationship because they're both trying to not care.
I did also think it was funny when Light was talking to Ryuk before meeting me. So if you were to see another Shinigami, would you tell me? And Ryuk's like, no, I think it'd be funnier to not. I just want to watch it. And it just cuts to Light being like, I agree with your assessment. I would probably do the same.
The complete difference in their relationship with the Shinigami is great.
very
I would kill for you, die for you, do anything for you. It's if you get arrested, this is gonna be fucking hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, the best part
If-
of Death Note is that Ryuk is also an audience to Death Note happening.
He's the peanut gallery.
Just give him a couple
He
apples.
would be
and that'll
filming
fine.
it and putting it on TikTok if he could.
Shinigami TikTok.
This is where we get the 5-part mahjong banning. TikTok.
Oh my god.
On one hand, you get someone who cares for you. The other hand, it's the intrusive thoughts. It'd be really funny if this happened.
So, anyways, Misa sees him at some point. She tries a little trick with the notes, the diary thing, listing a bunch of dates. gets all the cops to focus on the last date at a like a baseball game or something about the Shinigami being shown there or something like that. But the real meeting date was hopefully going to be at Aoyama
Johnson is there.
Yeah, Johnson. It was going to be at Aoyama. Showed our notebooks to each other, and Light was like, "Oh, only we would know that detail because that detail hasn't been shared at all." So the cops are going to be thinking about this, but also I still have to be careful about this because I don't know what type of person this is. So I'm gonna invite like a group of my friends, have them hang out with me and this detective.
Harem.
Yeah, he brings a hair. Which, by the way, once he meets up with Misa, he's like, "Okay, Misa, I have to start like dating like several women to like hide the fact that you could be the second Kira." And Misa's immediately just like, "No, we can't have that.
I'll
That's
kill
fucked."
you.
I'll kill you.
you can't go out with other women." And Light's just going like, "Oh, what a pain." I can't.
I hate women so much. I have to go date a ton of them to get people off my trail.
Which, of course, it cuts to like a scene of him talking with one of them in class, and the girl's just like, "Hey, Light, we're supposed to be dating now, right?" And he's like, "Yeah, what about it?" And she's like, "Well, it doesn't feel like we are." He's like, "Well, you know," I forget what he says, but he says some like some like line about dating Miss Toho University, and she gets like all blushy from it instantly, and then we cut away from that. And you just leave that scene with Light thinking like, "Wow, women are so easy." And you're like, "Okay, well, buddy."
Thanks, Light.
But and then it cuts to Misa being like, "Hey, I know you told me to wait, but I just couldn't wait 2 weeks, so I'm here now." And then he's just like, "I've never thought about hitting a woman before until now."
So would Light be more of a 4chaner or a Redditor?
4chan.
You can be both. You can be both. There's nothing stopping you.
4chan.
Probably 4chan.
I don't have any evidence to go off of, just vibes.
No, I think he would be a Redditor because like Redditors are like not doing things for bits a lot of the time. Redditors are just snarky and up their own ass just because they are snarky and up their own ass, which is a lot of 4chan people are also snarky and up their own ass, but a lot of times they're just doing it for like dumb trolling reasons because they know they're never going to get seen for it.
Because like 4chaners are usually more misogynistic, but they're more trolls. But
yeah,
Light's not really a troll. He's just
He's a
smug
secret
as
third
hell.
thing. Twitter.
X, the everything app. I see.
No, Chap. It's Twitter, formerly known as Twitter.
Oh, I see. I think Light would be an Elon bro today. Maybe. I think he would stand Musk.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, Misa situation stuff. Misa gets to meet Light's mom and sister. They hit it off pretty quickly. They're like, "Oh my god!" At first, I think they're like, "Oh my god, he's dating that kind of girl," and then they're like, "Actually, she's pretty nice. She's pretty chill." And then like they see her again later, and they're like, "Oh, she's back again," and like the dad knows nothing about her yet. You're just like, "Oh, so they're just gonna start like dating sometimes like this. It's a little cute," and then like it just goes to the bedroom, and he's just like manipulating her any chance that he can think of. He's like, or he's like trying to gauge how well he can manipulate her, and or how he's gonna have to kill her in the future. And then the Shinigami's just like,
and Rim's
don't even
like,
think about
"I
that.
see you, and I will kill you."
Yeah, don't even think about it. I see when she's supposed to die. If she dies earlier than that, I know that's gonna be you that did it, and I'm just gonna kill you too. And Light's like, "Okay, well, what am I gonna do with that now?" He's like, "Oh, Misa, you know, would you like, you do anything for me, right?" "Yeah." "Well, and your Shinigami would do anything for you, right?" "Yeah." "Well, would your Shinigami be interested in writing L's name in their death note? Would you please?" And Reb's like, "Yeah, sure. It was for Misa."
Yeah, Rim's like, "Well, you're the one asking for it, and I hate you, so I won't die if I do it, so sure, why not?" Just like, they said it so like dejectedly, just like, fine, whatever.
By the way, I will say, okay,
God, who cares?
The big basis for this is like writing a Shinigami writing someone's name in the death note to extend somebody else's life by itself is not the part that will kill you. It's if you do it for someone you love, that will kill you. Apparently.
No,
I don't know if that's how that
I think it is
works.
specifically.
No, you had
You
it
do it
right.
to extend
You
the
had it
life
right, the
of
first one.
somebody they love. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Specifically to extend somebody's life, whereas
But, like,
if you
and
extend
you're
the
doing
life
it
of someone you
to
love,
save
yes.
them.
No,
Yeah,
I think that the implication wasn't necessarily that you have to love them. It's if you go against the rules of the universe. So you're looking at somebody
No.
and you see their death date, and you
No.
decide, yeah, I want to change that.
No,
so,
it's
like,
it's
no,
for
it's
someone you love.
yeah, it's literally that because she's like, I can write Elle's name because I'm doing it to extend your life, and I don't give a fuck about you, so I can do this, and this won't kill me. That's why they're okay with it. I don't know if that should be how that works, or if that's By the way, to be clear, I don't think they know for sure if that's how that. They've seen like one case of this happening, so it might not have to do with whether or not you love them or not. But it does in my mind.
She's an expert at this, but she only did see it one time.
Yeah, I think I did also wonder to myself, like, I know the Shinigamis are basically allowed to take people's lives and add their time span to, like, their own by doing that. That's, like, the main reason why they write people's names in their death notes. Humans don't get that benefit, but they're not allowed to... If the death of somebody would eventually, written in the death note, would cause the eventual, would also cause at the same time the death of somebody else not written in the book, that part wouldn't happen. I think at some point I was curious whether or not, like, if you're killing some people, because they made a point of, like, Shinigami killing people, they're supposed to take lives, they're not supposed to extend lives, but, like, inherently by writing anyone's name of the death note, you could be extending somebody's life.
Yeah, because you just have like the weird domino effect.
Yeah, how many butterfly effects do they get down before the death? Like, what's the statute of limitations on the butterfly effect?
It seems pretty direct.
Because, like, especially, you know, with the amount of names that Light is writing down, and most of them being criminals. Now, granted, a lot of them are criminals that are already in prison, but anybody whose name he's writing that aren't already in prison, like, you could be extending a whole bunch of people's lives. And I don't know how that affects into things.
Like, I'll throw in the easy hypothetical. Kill Hitler when he's 5. What does that change? That changes everything.
It's pretty massive change with that. So, yeah.
With every death, they are most likely altering the extent of somebody else's life. It seemed to be more when it was a direct thing, because I think Rem says something along the lines of part of that Shimigami's life was given to Misa. The one who died?
Yes, I believe so. Something
So
along the
that was
lines
a
of he
very-
died and it got transferred to Misa along with the ownership of the
Yes,
death note.
so it was a very direct sort of exchange, not just anybody they wrote down who was going to extend the life of somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting details, which was like a focus of this week, not just for Misa's backstory, but also for, like, planning to get rid of L, I guess. They mainly phrased it as, like, this is the way to kill a Shinigami, not as, like, this is a way to have a Shinigami kill someone for you. It's like this is how you kill a Shinigami, which we only really had to focus for a guy that we didn't even see, one of the Shinigami. I don't even remember if we saw him at all, but they did mention his name, Gil something.
We saw him.
His name was like Gil or something, yeah.
Grab him.
But it's fine, yeah. So, anyways, we got that situation sorted, and Light's just like hugging Misa, giving her, you know, a little head pat every now and then to be like, yeah, you're on my side now, right? And Misa's just like, well, I'll help you out as long as I can be your girlfriend. And he's like, well, that can't happen right now. I gotta date several women for that. Then that's when they also shared the details that Misa has figured out about the Death Note, such as, like, you know, the how much of the face you have to see, whether or not sunglasses affect it, pictures or drawings and stuff that I would have figured that Light would have already figured out by now, but apparently not.
Yeah.
But you know, it's okay. So then they're like, okay, we gotta figure out how we're gonna have Misa, who has the eyes, look at L so that we can get L's name and then write it in the death note. Because Light has the agreement with Rem. Rem will do it. Rem will kill L, but Light won't have them do it unless they specifically tell them to do it, because of reasons of not wanting to draw suspicions to him and Misa. He's like, don't do it until I exactly tell you to. And then goes to school, bumps into L, talks with L for a bit, and then Misa shows up, sees the name, and then he's like, oh fuck, I got you now. I got you. By the way, that whole interaction was very funny. It was Light showing up, seeing Misa, and then immediately being like, "Oh, I loved your appearance in so and so magazine. I'm a big fan of your modeling work. It's really big. Let me shake your hand or whatever." There's like a crowd forming around Misa. At one point, there's like a, "Hey, who just touched my butt?" And it's like L's hand moving away, like, "I'll catch them immediately." And at first, I was like, "Is this what we're doing with L's character? Is this what he's gonna be like?" But no, actually. That was an Uno reverse detail that we find out immediately later. That was an important part of the plot, okay?
Integral part of the story.
That was when he snatched her cell phone, because Light then tries to... Light has been given a cell phone by Misa that only calls Misa, and he's like, okay, now I'm going to call her, and then I'll find out the name, and then I'll write it on the death note. And he calls it, and it rings in L's pocket, and he answers like, "Hello, who is this?" I fucking love L. He's so fucking funny. He's just like, "Yeah, what's whose cell phone is this that I answered? What's going on there?" And Light's just like, "This isn't funny, L. What are you doing with my girlfriend's cell phone?" "Oh, no big deal. By the way, we've arrested your girlfriend. she's under arrest now. By the way, we believe she is the second Kira. A little suspicious that you started dating her, by the way, but she's under arrest. We traced the pollen in her envelopes."
We traced the pollen.
Traced the pollen, I see.
So I'm looking at my screenshots. I just remembered L's fucking grin when he sees the cell phone.
Yeah, the grin with the cell phone.
So good.
Whose phone is this? I don't remember having this phone. Yeah, so like you're at first you're just like, oh, we're gonna see what's Misa gonna do. Misa's gonna get captured instantly. Misa's gonna get caught. Frame zero by L. Okay, L's got this locked down.
The phone was called.
L's got this caught. So okay, so now it's like, okay, well, we got your girlfriend. She's like tied up in a weird contraption with a camera pointed at her, and she's got like blindfolds on of some sort, like she can't see shit, because we know that she can like kill by like sight or whatever. She's got like headphones on. We don't know how she kills, so we're just gonna not let her do anything, and then we'll question her. She didn't say shit. I think the only time she talked eventually was like her saying "kill me" to Rem, basically. She was just saying "kill me" out loud to Rem, and Rem was like, "Well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go talk with Light real quick. We're gonna figure it out with Light." And then they're like, "Okay, well, I got plans here. We're gonna do some weird Death Note shenanigans here with like
Classic
ownership changing."
Rem's literally like, we're 3 days into this, you are dehydrated, and it's very reasonable that you are, like, your body is in the process of shutting down, but I'm not gonna kill you. I'm gonna go talk to your toxic boyfriend instead.
I'm gonna go threaten your toxic boyfriend into saving you, or I'm gonna kill his ass.
What a hero.
Yeah. The whole time, Light's just like, well, I mean, I do gotta stop her from snitching on me, but also I can't have Rem fucking killing me. So what am I supposed to do here? What do we do in general? How do we get out of this situation? And then he's like, I got this. And he goes up to L at some point. Is like, I think I might be Kira. It's like, what the fuck you mean by that, son? What his dad runs up to him. What are you talking about? I could be, without knowing it. I could be unconscious. L the whole time's like, unconscious? Really, Jesse? Really? Are we serious? Unconscious? No, you are, Kira. You know this shit. I don't know. You know, you'll lock me up for a while, see what happens. It's just, we'll see what goes. And we also found out this week, because of Misa giving up the Death Note, basically, if you give up ownership of your Death Note, all your memories of having used the Death Note go away as well. Not all of your memories in general go away from that time, just anything having to do with the Death Note. So, like, she still knows that she was dating Light, but she has no memory of, like, why she wanted to find him to begin with, or, like, using the Death Note. She just knows that she's dating Light. And from her context, she's just, like, has been abducted by stalkers, and she doesn't know what the fuck is going on. So she's just like, guys, can I just go, please? I didn't do anything. Guys, come on. What do you need from me, Stalker-san? What do you need? So Elisha's like, lock me up too. Fuck it. Just keep me locked up until you stop being suspicious of me. Ryo, next time I say get rid of it, I'm talking about the Death Note. We'll just go with that, okay? And you know, there's a plan in motion from there that you'll find out next time, is what he's basically showing off to us and not fully explaining. We did actually have...
Yeah, I'm confused and I'm mad at him about it.
Oh my god. We did actually have...
be explained one day.
Of course.
One day.
We did have one of our very small squad here get killed. I forget, Ukita or something. One of the detectives in the squad of, like,
we don't even
6.
know his name.
One of the squad of 6 is dead, so now they're down to, like, 5 or 4 of them. So, like, we're running out, okay?
Whole squad, and one of them's Kira, so...
Hey. Hey, listen, suspected, Kira, suspected, okay? These are allegations.
Suspected.
No
Hard
proof.
accurate.
There's no proof that Light
that.
is Kira, okay? There's no proof. But although he did happen to be dating the second Kira, but there's no proof that he was the first Kira, okay? There's no proof.
Yeah. Come on. Fine. For all we know, L is Kira. It's a self-report.
It could be. I think the cops did wonder that at some point, so it could be.
Yeah,
could
they
be.
did.
Could be. Who better to be the killer than the person dragging down the killer, right? This has been done before in media, I'm sure. So
There's there again, sorry, not to bring back Criminal Minds, but there's a particular style of serial killer that likes to be involved in the investigation. And basically likes to see people either admiring or like dissing on their work because it's part of, like, the enjoyment in the process for them.
Right.
Isn't that just the entirety of Dexter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say
Yeah.
that's the first season of Sword Online.
Dexter is an interesting show. I don't want to talk about the end of that show though. What the fuck? Anyways.
Didn't it have a really horrible remake too?
I didn't actually watch the remake. I heard too many bad things. Listen, maybe one day I will. I was just too... It's the same thing happened to me with Psycho Pass. Okay, Psycho Pass 1, most incredible series of all time. Psycho Pass Season 2, fucking awful. I don't even... Like, Season 3 might be good. I don't know, but I'm not checking it out anymore.
Jeff, we gotta find out.
No, I don't. They already... Listen, they already made me think they didn't need any more. It's giving me the Fooly Cooly effect, okay? Fooly Cooly was great, and then for some reason they made more. Like, why?
Don't worry about the rest of Fully Cooley.
Yeah. Like... And they
So
did the
it's
same
like
shit with
Higurashi.
Dexter. Like, what the heck? Okay. Trying to think of other details or thoughts that we want to talk about for this week. I do enjoy Misa. I like Misa as part of the cast. Now she's been captured, though, so we'll see where that goes from there. What were you going to say, Andy?
I was gonna out myself as being a little stupid here.
What's that?
And say that I wish that they were more direct on whether or not Light was actually, like, acting about caring about his father. Because it was something that Elle pointed out that was like, if this is an act, this is super corny, but, like, if you're being genuine, like, wow, you really do care about your dad. And they never really, like, brought it up as whether or not it was an act, and unfortunately I do have poor reading comprehension, and I wish they'd been a little bit more direct about it just so I could see it like Light cared a little bit.
That is an interesting point, because like there are often times where he's like saying to himself like, I'm supposed to be playing the role of Light Yagami, the #1 ace student or whatever, like pretending like he's like an emotionless like psychopath type person, but they don't just get rage baited by L. So it's not like he's like total psychopath. He like very clearly is easy to be emotionally manipulated like that. So like, I don't know. Maybe it was an act, maybe not. I don't know. I think I don't know if he would. Personally, I don't think Light cares so much about his father as like a father, and more so he cares more about his father as like his connection to the case, maybe.
His position.
Yeah. Because like he's really mostly involved with all this stuff and like trusted to be a part of this stuff, in part because his dad is the head of this. So I don't know. I'm not sure. That is an interesting thought though. I don't know.
It's just, I mean, it's also like the fangirl brain in me is like, no, please let Light have a little bit of empathy for somebody, because that means like he's a little bit redeemable, and I can work with this in my fan content. So I can admit that it might be part of that.
I was gonna say, where do we lead here? Are you leading more towards L or Light? Are we Light? Are we Light standing over here?
Both together.
True.
What am I saying?
I did in fact see. I saw that one panel that was like, oh, L gave Light his secret cell phone that even we don't have. What's up with those two?
Guys, come on.
That one post where it's somebody's like parent watching Death Note, and they're like, has anyone ever thought that Light and L make a good couple? No.
No one's ever thought of this before.
Nobody's ever thought that.
Nah, never. Playing
But you
tennis
can't
together?
spell Light
Going to the
without
cafe?
L.
It's true. This is true. You can't do that. Can't be done.
Oh wait,
I kind of think they're both obnoxious, and I hope they both lose.
Light's last name backwards.
God damn it.
Life? Wait, what? Light's last name backwards?
Light's last name
Oh,
backwards.
Yagami. Okay, I see. I understand everything now. I understand.
Is this
everything.
really what Kira would have done? What is he trying to tell me?
L cracking the
half
code.
of
Yagami's name backwards.
backwards.
Oh fuck. We've solved it all.
Fuck, I need to prove that I'm not gay telt from I'm not Kira.
If he's gay, he's Kira.
He's like, don't worry, I'm definitely not gay. I have like 3 girlfriends right now at the same time.
Alrighty then, Light. I need you
And
to
I
see
barely
you
look
hold
at any of
hands
them.
with Misa then.
So yeah, that's how do we feel about our new character Misa? How do we feel about Misa overall?
I like
I will admit, I will make a confession. At first, like, maybe Shu could use a little more tact, and then my brain thought about the result. Like, actually, you know what? I don't need more paranoid people in this manga. There's already enough in this manga, and there's already enough in this book club too.
Oh damn, that's true. We had. I will say,
more psychos.
I will say, Misa has lasted longer than the last female character we tried to introduce to the series, so that's always good.
So we're doing good. That's a bonus.
She lasted more than 2 chapters. Great.
Doesn't look like she's gonna last much longer, but
Well,
Oh.
she lasted long enough to
I
be on the
think-
cover of the series, so one of the covers.
I think she's wonderful and
I like her.
Yeah, she's
does
doing
not
great.
deserve to be in here.
No, absolutely not.
Run, Misa, run!
Can we put Misa in another story where she'll be
No.
treated better?
Sorry, she's running right over to Light, unfortunately.
Transplant her into a different manga.
Which manga are we putting her in? Where are we putting her? Are we putting her in Homestuck?
No.
Umineko?
Umineko? She might do well to Umineko. I don't know.
She would be best friends with Bito.
She would.
She's definitely got the drip for it. She's got the drip for it.
I love that was another thing that I think I unlike with the Light and Ryuk like Apple thing, this is something where I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting, but I have absolutely nowhere to go with this thought, which is how the fact that the depictions of Light and Misa and their Shinigami are like opposite. So Misa has this like very black, dark, like gothic look to her, and Rem is this very like white, almost like angelic looking Shinigami in a way, and it almost looks like a guardian angel over her. Whereas Light wears not necessarily like white clothing, but he wears lighter clothing, especially compared to Misa. Whereas Ryuk is this very like pitch black, almost like devilish looking Shinigami over him. And I think it's kind of funny when you see the two together, that like that contrast between like not only each other but like their Shinigami as well. But I again don't know if that's me reading too much into it or not.
No, probably not. No, I remember looking at some of the designs of the characters and thinking like Light's design looks like dude trying not to stand out except when he wants to look like very business formal or whatever. He's trying not to like stand out most of the time. He just wants to be like, I'm just another one of you guys, haha. While he's like really just a murderer who's trying to be the god of the new world. But then like the detective chasing after him is a weirdo that wears baggy jeans and like no shoes or socks or whatever, and like never sleeps. And then like his obsessive girlfriend now is like a very famous model goth chick who's always wearing these like very standout outfits. And you're just like, well, shit. How are you gonna try to hide in this situation, buddy?
I think
the
Light.
Tumblr post that I saw before reading this, because like I know like, oh, Misa's the cute goth girl, she's really in love with Light. That's about all I knew about it. Is like, oh yeah, she gets a death note to help him. There's this Tumblr post where it's like, I'm explaining Death Note to my friend, and it's like if Ariana Grande got a Death Note and started helping a serial killer. That's what Misa is in Death Note.
Hey, listen, it's allowed, okay? It's just allowed. Definitely no issues there. No issues there. It's fine. It's fine. They captured Ariana Grande. She's under arrest right now. Okay, we've got her restrained under surveillance.
Wicked really changed her, okay?
By the way, what the fuck is going on in Elle's mind for the contraption they got Misa in right now? What? I understand the purpose. I understand the purpose, but like this is like a little I mean,
this
much.
is kind of a Watsonian versus Doyleist question. What was Elle thinking? But really, it was just fan service.
By the way,
what was the author thinking?
To be clear, Light does not get the same treatment here. Light gets in a cell, and he's like, he looks like he's able to move around more. He's got like room in there to move around.
Well, see, the difference
he does not get the bondage treatment. Okay,
bondage.
He doesn't
he's
get
L1. He can't kill by sight. Clearly,
he doesn't get the full bondage treatment that the woman that we captured gets. Okay, he doesn't. So it's fine. We'll see. Yep.
For the earlier statement about like how they dress and everything, I do think even Light points that out in the cafe scene when he's talking with Elle, and Elle is saying, "I think you're Kira." I do believe Light says, between the two of us, people would think you're Kira, given the way you dress and everything.
And your posture.
Oh.
I think he says something along those lines, but I would have to go back and find it.
I believe, yeah. Or I recall.
If he sits like this, could he be Kira? If he, if his suit isn't custom tailored, does that mean he's Kira? Is it?
Hold on, Death Note, but the roles are reversed.
So, all right. Any other thoughts that we had to share? I know we did talk about like some design stuff. Was there any like art specific things that we also wanted to bring up that we might not have this week? Other things?
I have another thing that was a little more like again, like having watched the anime and now reading this, I think is interesting. In the manga, Light comes off as a lot calmer. And in the anime, Light is laughing like a maniac most of the time.
Yeah.
Like I was surprised how calm the corn chip scene was.
I'll take a chip and eat it.
There's something interesting there, I think, with how calm and collected Light is in the manga and how he's not screaming like a crazy person. And how, again, we don't see the people he's killing like we do in the anime. 'Cause the anime has the flashes to people doubling over, having heart attacks, and all that. I think it just makes him feel further away and a little more disconnected rather than like maniacal. I
Right.
just think that's interesting. It's an interesting difference.
Can I also mention briefly
No.
how
No.
his comical idea of, okay, the cameras are watching me. I have to look natural in my room environment. Let me go
Look at
buy
that.
a pornographic magazine and let me just casually flip through it from my bed and then
Oh, I
put it
have that
away.
post.
Let me just casually do all of this. This is normal activity. I love
I have
reading
that
through
Got
this stuff
stuff on
as
me.
as a teenage male. I love just flipping through this
Straight
very
teenage
clinically and then
male.
putting it away.
Totally.
So then
So-
Elle was
And
like,
then-
"Yeah, I do that too."
And the fact that he gives it a critique at the end is like another one that
Hey, she's mid.
the cover was wrong. And it's like, it's not.
There we go.
What did they
I
say?
found it.
He just doesn't know the function of a porn magazine, so he just doesn't know.
That's where I'm just like, is he a psychopath or is he not? I don't know. This is where I think somebody in another server, another friend of mine had said, like, they think in their head, Light is probably one of the main asexual characters that they would picture, because like they just seem to have like no concept of these things other than like using people. So like maybe. Oh.
Yeah, main character I can relate to.
I think that right at the stream I had messaged I messaged Violet, Light is a sapiosexual, but he's misogynistic, so he can't think women are smart enough to be sexually attracted to them.
God. Jesus. All right. Anything else we got here to discuss?
I do have a few things.
I'm a little sad we didn't get any bonus memes this week. Where's all the bonus memes at? I didn't get Christmas Ryuk.
Christmas can wait.
I didn't get Christmas again. What the
I
heck?
forgot about Christmas Ryuk.
Christmas Break's great. Since when do Shimigami celebrate what, Christ? or
The birth of
something?
Christ. Yeah.
So good.
Did you say you had something, Shadow?
Yeah, so there's this panel of like going, damn it, Ryuk, the Death Note's useless.
Oh yeah, he's like, this note is basically useless. I can't have the note kill other people. Like, I can't control people to kill other people. This is basically fucking useless. What's the point of it? He's so mad. He's so mad. He's getting constantly rage baited. He doesn't see it. Fuck, my plans are not foiled. Okay, I'm not owned, but like I'm being annoyed by the presence of this woman now. Like, okay, buddy. All right, buddy.
There's also the scene of Elle going, well, I actually kind of don't want Light to be Kira, because if so, that means, I'll lose my first friend.
Yeah, they're having that relation going on now, where like he's the closest, because this is like probably like the longest Elle has ever directly interacted with people in person, because before he only interacted with people from a computer screen, as far as we know. So like, not only is this like the only time where he's like interacting with people in person, now he's getting closer with Light, who like thinks logically like him in a lot of ways, so he feels pretty close to him. He's around the same age, they go to college together technically. So they play tennis together. They're like, very 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 close. So it's like a whole man, kind of hope you're not Kira, because you're my friend, buddy. You're my friend.
We're besties.
But also, I'm pretty sure you're Kira. I'm like not 100%, but like pretty high up there. Sometimes
He's
I'm
my
pretty
best
high up
friend.
there.
There's kind of no one else that is around that is smart
Yeah.
enough.
There's nobody else I could think of that could be Kira, so it's gotta be you. So it's gotta be.
Really don't want you to be Kira. I'm gonna be kind of upset if you're not.
Yeah.
It's interesting, very, very interesting. The layers with that.
Because if he's wrong, then there's some other immature super genius somewhere around Japan
That
causing
he's
problems.
not friends with.
Exactly.
I knew what L was Columbo all along.
I do think it's
There's
interesting.
another person who's just still doing tennis tournaments, so they're not living up to their full genius potential.
I do think it's interesting that at times Light and Elle will try to, like, they'll be, like, helping each other with the case, but also try to slip in stuff to, like, throw the other person off that, like, you're just not sure if it's legit or not. Like Elle is just like, oh, I didn't tell you this before, but there's actually multiple L's working on this. That, you know, I'm just one of many L's. He's like, and you're just like, is that true, or is that just bullshit to fuck with him? I don't know. It could be. I don't know.
We know of one other L.
L2?
They're not
Double
all
L?
L.
And then like what's one that Light was? Oh, Light sometimes would give like some deductions that like seem kind of correct but are not like fully correct to see like where it might lead them. Like I think he said, what type of person do you think Kira would be? He's like, I think they would be an affluent child maybe. Because if they're older, they would be targeting these kind of people, and if they were too young, then they would be targeting people close to them and then get caught. So they're like, maybe they're around like this teenage age or something, or maybe it's like little things
Maybe
like
they're
that.
my age.
Maybe they're my age. Maybe
They're high
He
school.
really focuses in on, it's like, I think they're in junior high, and so Elle's just like, so
And
your sister?
I'm
And he's like, no.
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say my sister. I think they were just like,
dad weighed in.
My sister isn't smart enough for that, okay?
yeah.
The dad weighed in. Like I think she would just kill somebody she was mad at.
Yeah.
I know.
She just got caught. She just...
Then they're like, I think she'd do it once and then wouldn't stop
cry about it.
crying.
Yeah, they'd cry about it.
Mhm.
Like they're talking about all this in front of the dad as he's in the hospital from a heart attack from stress about the case, especially his son being under suspicion. And Light's trying to perform to be like mad at Elle, like, hey, stop talking about this in front of my dad. He's in the hospital about this. I'm tired of this stuff. And his dad's just like, hey, listen, okay, I'd rather be told to be straight. Okay, I just want to be direct about this shit. I think later on the mom's
His
like,
dad's a real one.
his dad's in the
Riding
hospital
an armored
bed.
truck into a
Yeah,
TV station.
the Kira 2 situation's going on the TV, and the mom's trying to turn it off, like, let's not worry your heart too much. And he just looks at her like, honey, I'm the head of the case. Turn that TV back on. I'm watching this.
Turn on that TV.
I'm watching this, all right? Which, by the way...
No, he's like, okay, if
Practice
you're not going to let me
plan.
watch it, I'll just go there.
I'll just go myself. I'm driving over. So, yeah, very, very interesting developments that we had this week. We got Misa captured by the NPA. We got more Shinigamis, more notebooks. We got mind games between Elle and Light more directly now. What's gonna happen next? How is Light gonna get out of this situation? And where will Misa survive as well? There's a whole bunch of
We
factors.
survive to the next volume? Who knows?
Will Elle ever wear shoes with socks? I don't. Anything could happen. Is there anything else that we have to discuss about before we wrap up?
I have one Death Note rule.
What's that? What's the Death
simply,
Note rule?
Writing the names simultaneously.
Oh, why did they bring that? They listed a bunch of rules about this, and I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, you can parry the Death Note.
You can parry the Death Note if it's like within 0.06 second difference. It's simultaneous and it takes no effect. You can just do that. Apparently, you just do that. Hey, listen. This is just like the author's like, I've included a second Death Note. Now I gotta have rules involving that. I don't know if I'll use them, but I gotta have rules revolving that.
How many Death Note standoffs have there been?
Right all the
It's
time.
like
Yeah, really.
a Wild West shootout, but you're pulling a pen out of your holster instead of a gun.
They actually happen the whole
The
time.
penholster.
They happen all the time. This is just the first time that like it's happened at a time with like public television and like a psychopath finding it as opposed to a random curious person.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as easy to go around finding people's names and faces without the internet. It would be a more localized issue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I had a rule I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
A death god must not hand the death note directly to a child under 6 years of age.
Don't
The
do
death
that.
note must not be handed to a child under 6 years of age, but death notes that have been dropped into the human world and are part of the human world can be used upon humans of any age with the same effect. It's what is
So-
all this age? Like there's the you can't kill someone under 2 years of age. We just have all these random like not killing children rules, but not
I like the idea
Only
that
very
like the
young
big god they
children.
talk about occasionally pops in. And it's like, nah, dude, that's fucked up. No more of that.
Patch notes. Patch
That
notes.
is the
Weird.
Shueisha editors.
There are like no children in the manga at all. And we know that Light is only like really killing, adult criminals. So I didn't even see the reason to be adding these rules and concerns. It just felt kind of out of nowhere when I was reading through them.
Some of
I
the
think
stuff
like a couple hundred years ago, a toddler found it and had
Yeah,
one
a
hell of
toddler just
tantrum.
a toddler can't write.
Oh my god.
I mean,
And 4 misspellings make you immortal to the death note.
Oh no! That's why.
But,
That's why.
So specifically the way that was worded is don't give it to someone under the age of 6, not you can't give it to someone
Right.
under the age of 6.
It just brings up more questions. What
And if they
6-year-old
happen to
got their
find
hands
it.
on it indirectly?
No, I
But this is an ethical rule. This isn't a hard set like boundary. This is
So
an
the
ethic.
Shimigami
What
have
was-
ethics.
What was the rule we saw
Yes.
last week? The last meeting, like Shinigami tend to appear before the notebook, the person who finds the notebook in like 34 days or something like that.
Oh yeah, usually
Mhm.
appears.
Usually.
It's like, well, they
Yeah.
don't have to, I guess. That's not really a
Maybe you
rule.
just
That's
have
just
it for a
telling you
couple
they
years.
sometimes show up.
Rule is just a heads up.
I really like the
you just
idea.
use it as like a regular journal, and then a couple years later, after everybody you know is dead, some guy shows up and is like, "Hey, about that."
That
Oh, this is where I left it, huh?
By the way, all these Death Note situations only happen because the Shinigami ends up having 2 Death Notes and then drops one down. They
Yeah,
established that as a
only
thing.
that. But they're not supposed to have to.
They're not supposed to, but it only so like Ryuk has 2. We don't know how he has 2. I think they said like he might have tricked the old man into giving him another one or something like that. The older
they say
god
he
thing.
tricked the like leader of the Shimigami or god or whatever they say. There's some
Yeah.
head up guy. They say that he tricked him into giving 2 by saying he.
And
I think that
Rem
yeah,
had 2 because the other
Rem
one
says
died.
it.
So
Yeah, Rem had 2 because the other one died. So I guess Shimigami dying often doesn't happen a lot, but I guess it's happened enough that, sometimes it just does, and you can swoop in and
yeah, maybe.
have the death note. So I guess they have gotten 2 before.
Well,
Just steal one.
just
Yeah, I
start
guess you
stealing
could
books.
steal one and then doom one of your fellow Shimigami to like not extending their life.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Your fellow Shinigami has to know that their life is coming to an end while you're sitting there holding their death
That's the
note.
second death note.
Where'd you get that death note? Yeah, I've misplaced mine. Oh, this is fine.
Like,
Hey,
but
has
it-
anyone seen
is
my
that my
death
handwriting?
note? I need to go like put some names down. Like, no. Is that 2 death notes in your
Oh my
pocket?
god.
No.
Sorry, I didn't mention. I really like the idea of a Shinigami going to a small kid and be like, "Hold on, kid, you're not old enough to handle
Yeah,
this.
hold up,
okay?
hold
You
up,
can come back in a
hold
couple
up."
more years."
Yeah, you didn't click that
Hold on.
appropriate
I'm gonna hand
age
you this
button.
death note. How old are you again?
Hold up now.
7.
You're so-
Cool. No problem.
Sure thing, kid. Have fun.
When do we start the counter for the age again? Is it once they're born or rules like that? Okay. Anything else?
That better be a rule when it starts counting, okay? They have
any
all
other
these psychopath rules.
True. Anything else we have to yap about before we wrap up for tonight? Okay, well, with that in mind, that was volumes 3 and 4 of Death Note, the manga. We'll be back next week. We're not taking a week off anymore. We'll be back next Thursday night with more Death Note, talking about volumes 5 and 6. How will Light get out of his situation now? Will Misa survive? Will L ever sleep? I think even the cops said, like, I don't know if I've ever seen him sleep before. And then one of them said, like, I think I saw him sleeping, like, sitting up like that. I don't So, maybe, I don't know. Will they ever play tennis again? Maybe they'll play tennis again. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening as usual. We're here every week, every Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time here on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. And eventually we upload our episodes also to Spotify. So we'll be back next week to continue our discussions on that. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming to hang out by stream. Let's see who is around to raid tonight. Who do we got here? Oh, maybe is anybody that I know from Offkai that I could raid into, maybe, that I met? Let us see. Thank you for the applause. Keep applauding.
Imagine knowing VTubers.
Imagine knowing
being me.
VTubers. That would, I'd never. No.
Imagine being a VTuber.
This is awkward.
Imagine being a VTuber.
I would never imagine such a thing ever. Yeah, let's go say hi to Vera, who I did meet at Offkai. They are currently playing. It says Offkai chatting in Final Fantasy 14. Perhaps they're doing FF14 Mahjong. Probably not, but I can hope. Let's go say hi to Vera. Goodbye, gamers. Thanks so much for hanging, and I will talk to you all. Actually, I'll probably talk to you guys Saturday. I don't know what I have planned for Saturday, but I could probably stream Saturday. So, probably Saturday. Maybe of the devil, or maybe I'll do something else and wait till next week for of the devil. We'll see.
He's not
for Saturday. And then Sunday will be more Sailor Moon. I think I scheduled it for 3 o'clock Eastern Time. Sailor Moon on Sundays. So, for more Sailor Moon R. That watch party in the Discord. At Discord. Oh, by the way, the links for things. You can find us at youtube.wolfborg.com, twitch.wolfborg.com, and you can join the book club by going to discord.wolfborg.com and grab yourself the book club. Okay, bye stream. Bye-bye.